Hello, Cancer, and welcome to Soul Guidance with Adriana. I'm a transformational life coach and abundance consultant. I help you choose growth. I have an intuitive message for you about your journey this week. And although I'm holding up one of my favorite cards in this deck, the Deer, we're going to save this card for the end. All right, we start with the Prince of Cups. Very sensitive, very poetic energy associated with this card. And the feeling of kind of living between worlds. You're not quite here, you're not quite there, but part of you is maybe tapped in somewhere else. I also feel like the Prince of Cups is offering something to you. So this card is describing a couple things. It is describing you as well as something that is coming towards you. Whether this is an offer, it feels like an offer to go into a different kind of state, to experience something different. Okay. So this may be coming from a guide. This may be coming from a spiritual teacher. This may even be coming from a friend, but it's about entering a different phase of energy, a different kind of energy. Let's see what else is going on. We've got the Ace of Wands for the energy that pulls you forward, beneficial energy, and then the Lady being the energy that holds you back. So different kinds of creativity. Sometimes this Ace of Wands is a birth, and she hasn't quite given birth yet, as you can see, quite pregnant. Okay. This is about allowing yourself to get very inspired. That new state that he's looking for, that altered state. Sounds like I'm condoning drugs or something, and that's a whole other subject, but let's focus on what's going on with the cards. Looking for that different emotional state, that different state of being really comes with this Ace of Wands. Okay, feeling inspired and feeling ready to go, like raring to make changes, raring to get yourself to a new place. Feeling like with this Ace of Wands card, the world wants to open up to you, wants to just kind of show you what it has to give. But it depends upon you taking the leadership and making that happen, you initiating the first move. Now, the Empress energy can talk about being overly emotional, but I think here it's that energy of waiting. She's waiting and waiting and waiting for the right time. She's waiting for things to come to her. She's waiting to give birth. Whereas our Ace of Wands is saying, go for it. Let's do it. Let's get moving. If you've been hesitating, no need. This is the perfect timing. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, get in touch with what your heart is telling you. The Ace of Wands comes straight from the heart. It's that excitement, that inspiration you feel when your heart finally speaks and when you listen to what your heart is saying. And this Prince of Cups is maybe asking us to enter a state where we are listening to our hearts a little bit more. And that can mean a lot of different things for different people. For me, it's easiest to get into my heart if I'm next to water. It just being in nature calms me down automatically, but something about being in the water, being near the water, hearing it, it just opens my heart immediately. And he's by the water, so that's kind of funny. It may be something different for you. It may be about being around a specific person or a specific animal, but whatever you need to do to get into that state where your heart can talk to you freely, that's the space you need to be in this week. Okay, I've got the Hierophant, High Priest, and the Star. Okay. This feels like a wish that was not granted in the past is somehow finding its space and its way into your world now, this week, like the timing is right for it. But again, it requires that you spend time in that vulnerable heart space. I love all the water happening in this card, because water to me is that heart element. If you find that space to be in your heart, this wish is going to come through in a big way. But it takes time. It's really going to take allowing that heart to open as much as possible, to be vulnerable, to be open and free as much as possible. So we have an interesting message with the Deer card then, because the Deer card is all about power, using your own power. But I wanted to also draw attention to the fact we've got an elk, which is a cousin of the deer, but similar, you see, with the antlers, similar ideas of receiving. I get the feeling of solar with this one. This is very sun-like, and this is very moon-like to me. We're looking at Artemis, the goddess of the moon, and actually, these are the same animal. Yeah, it's funny. Same animal here, but she's got more deer antlers on. Okay, we're not going to get into the minutiae of the animals here. But what we are going to talk about is accessing this state, bringing your dreams forward. Nighttime is the place for dreams, but daytime is where the dreams unfold. This is about believing that those dreams can unfold in your world, and it's also about giving yourself, making yourself the spiritual space for those dreams to unfold. When we stay in our hearts, we stay in a higher vibration, and the things we've been asking to manifest can actually come through the more we're in our heart. So it doesn't even have to be related to what you're manifesting. So if what you're manifesting is a job, you don't even have to be working to manifest another one. You could be in your heart doing whatever you like to do. And that energy of being in your heart, coupled with your desire, is what helps to galvanize the universe into bringing it towards you. So we're looking at the union of night and day, of wish and fulfillment, of desire and dream and attainment. And when you are in that open heart space, this allows all of that to come together. I just want to talk a little bit more about what it means to be in an open heart. It means that the heart is full of love, the heart is peaceful, the heart is at rest, as in that it's easy, it's not struggling or fighting, and that it's the predominant energy you're listening to, not this energy, or not like your stomach or something, but you're listening predominantly to that heart energy, that peaceful heart. It's in that peaceful heart that this magic will happen. Okay, Cancer, thank you so much for joining me and sharing your time and energy. You are so appreciated. And if you have anything you want to comment on, please feel free. And I would love to invite you to check out soulguidancewithadriana.com, because solstice readings are available again. If you got one last year, this is very different. It is, it's a totally different kind of spread, totally different kind of information. So if you'd like an update, please get in touch, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.